Nintendo has come and gone with their E3 Direct, and it was solid. There was something for pretty much everyone there. I watched it over Discord in a voice chat with about 10 people or more, and it was fun to hear everyone light up over different announcements. Not everything was for everyone, but every single game had someone interested in that game. And yes, that includes Just Dance. Let's go over some of these announcements.
Dumo Plays.
Yes, there were announcements for Mario and Rabbids Breath of the Wild 2 for next year. We also know about Splatoon 3, Pokemon Legends, but let's just stick to the announcements that were for this year. Mario Golf is out later this month. The game is looking fantastic, even if it's not for me. I would definitely play it, but I'm personally not going to buy it. I just can't justify affording it when there's so many good games coming and I have so little time to play them. The speed golf looks really fun, the boss battles look really interesting, it just looks great. July is looking fairly expensive, with Skyward Sword, which is a must-buy for me, and Monster Hunter Stories, which is another must-buy for me. There's a lot of buzz around Monster Hunter Stories too, and it's because this series is something that's been getting a lot of talk recently, especially after the success of Rise, the success of World and Iceborne, and the great showing from the first Monster Hunter Stories game. If you're a fan of Pokemon, you may want to check this game out. And if you've been unhappy with how Pokemon's been going recently, you definitely should check out Monster Hunter Stories too. We have WarioWare coming in September, and as a franchise, it's always been fun, lighthearted, and fast-paced. This iteration is looking no different than what we would expect. October's looking stacked with Metroid Dread, Mario Party Superstars, Super Monkey Ball 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Super Monkey Ball has always been a ton of fun. Mario Party is looking what we would expect out of a Mario Party, which is more than what we got last time around. The previous Mario Party almost hit 15 million units sold. Well, it was rather lacking, especially in the online. Here they appear to be listening to their fans and making the correct fixes, and some great choices. I personally expect this game to break 20 million sales, and that's a pretty big hitter right there. And now Metroid Dread. Oh my goodness, this game is looking clean, fast, smooth. It just looks fantastic, and it should scratch the itch while we wait for Metroid Prime 4, which, had to restart their development cycle. But how about that Guardians of the Galaxy game? This one was actually shown off in the Square Enix presentation. The game looks fantastic. The writing feels great, especially for the Guardians. We're probably going to see a lot of replayability, as they were talking about making choices that will affect the game. Some are going to be larger than others, but that means there's going to be replayability. Especially with the retorts and the interesting lines, I think we're going to want to play this through a few times to hear what they have to say, and to see which paths you can go down. The only downside is that it's a cloud version of the game. However, the upside to this is that it's going to look fantastic, and that it might not have come otherwise. One thing to note, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've had a streamed game in the West for the Switch. I believe they've had 3 previously, but they never left Japan. They really didn't show off much of this game in Nintendo's Direct, and the Square Enix presentation showed off a whole lot more, including gameplay. So if you're interested in all, definitely go check out what Square Enix was showing. This is a packed month with 4 really solid games to pick up. This brings us to November, which has Shin Megami Tensei V and Just Dance. Now, I normally wouldn't even mention Just Dance, but this is actually a good game to be having on the platform. It's always a big seller, there's a ton of people that absolutely love it. My only issue with the game, really, is that I don't like the monetization in it. But other than that, it is good for the platform, so that's why I'm mentioning it here. Anyways, let's talk about something far more exciting, and that's Shin Megami Tensei V. And I believe this is actually the last game that we've been waiting on since the Switch's launch showcase. It's been a long time waiting, and the game is looking good. It was shown off in the treehouse, so there's plenty of gameplay out there for you guys to check out if you're interested. The game is looking super clean, very interesting. And for those of you that don't know, well, this is connected to Persona. Now I know what you're thinking, Shin Megami Tensei, it's got to be a spin-off of Persona, right? Well, no. Actually, Persona is the spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. If you're a big RPG player, you're not going to want to miss this franchise. You definitely need to take a look. And this isn't even close to everything that's coming. I didn't talk about the DLCs. We could still talk more about Fatal Frame, Tony Hawk, and Advanced Wars, which are all things people have been really wanting to come back. I don't know how well they're going to sell, but I know it's going to make a lot of people really, really happy. There was something in here for everyone, and that's all I need to make me happy. This really was a solid direct. I don't need everything to target me in order to be pleased. I just want to see a wide variety of games that look solid. Unfortunately, we didn't get a release date for Breath of the Wild, and I was hoping to see it, but we did get a release window of 2022, and well, that's good enough for me. It also showed off a little bit of gameplay in that trailer, so keep that in mind. That's really exciting, and there's probably going to be a lot of talk about that going forward. I would have loved to see some Monster Hunter collaborations with Nintendo, but we didn't. I hope we're going to see them in the future, but you know what? If it never happens, I'm still loving the game. We didn't see Splatoon 3. I think that's because there really isn't much more to show at the moment. Splatoon was already shown off earlier in the year, and I'm fine with waiting to see things when they're further along. If they brought Splatoon 3, we probably only would have seen a short trailer, maybe a couple new designs, and possibly a special going off in the background for us to speculate over. That really isn't much, so really it's not a big loss. Trust me, I want to see Splatoon 3. My channel wants some Splatoon 3. But the game is 9 months to a year out. We can wait. And I'm sure we're going to get a test fire anyways, and that's going to be far more exciting than any trailer that they can give us. I'm just going to anxiously wait for that. Anyways, what are you excited for from this direct? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like or even subscribe. If you want to join the community, there's a link to my Discord server in the description. Until next time, have a great day.